is your mindset fixed? Don't underestimate the power of where your focus is, because where your focus is where your energy flows. It's a quote by Tony Robbins. Because our subconscious is a focusing machine. It takes all the stimulus that's going on around us and brings only what we need up to the conscious mind. Because we're processing millions, if not billions, of data points every second. And our conscious mind really can only focus on one or two max. So when we tell our subconscious, hey, this is what I want, feed that information to me, it goes, sure, we'll feed that up to you. Because your subconscious doesn't work in conditions. It's whatever you tell it, that's true. Doesn't matter what that is, because it doesn't really care. It only cares about what you tell it. So when you have a fixed mindset, you're kind of telling your subconscious, this is how it is, and I want this information, but in a negative way. Versus a growth mindset, it's the same information, but in a positive way. So if you can tweak your verbiage, you're basically telling your subconscious to focus on something different. So for example, I give up. It's a very fixed mindset. There's no opportunity of anything because it's over. It's done. I'm throwing it away. And your subconscious is like, sure, we can do that. Move on to the next thing. Versus, I'll try in a different way. Now your subconscious is like, oh, we want a solution. Can we go this way? Can we go that way? Can we go over? Can we go under? Can we go through? Another example is, I failed. So if you make a finality statement, your subconscious goes, okay, you failed, you're a loser, move on. So growth mindset is, mistakes help me learn. Oh, it's an opportunity. Let me find other opportunities. Where can we also grow? I'll never be smart. And we're just putting the babies to bed, so one of them's still fussy a little bit. Sometimes nighttime's a little bit of a struggle sometimes. And so I'll never be smart. Which is, you're kind of setting yourself up for failure. If you talk about not being smart, your subconscious is going to go, okay, we're not smart, let's find all the opportunities to fail. Because we want to honor the fact that you're calling yourself not smart. So if we flip that and say, I learn how to do things. Sometimes I may not succeed, but I will try in a different way from mentors and reading and all these things to find out a way to make it possible. Then your subconscious is constantly looking for that information, those data points to feed up to your conscious mind and say, oh, okay, there's a better solution. Have you ever woken up with a dream in the middle of the night and you have the solution? That's your subconscious heart at work. I'm not good at fill in the blank. When you think of that way, you're kind of shutting yourself off versus, what am I missing? Opportunity of finding another path. This is too hard versus this takes me some time. Kind of saying, yeah, this might take a little bit of time and effort, but we're going to get there. I can't do this versus I don't know how to do this yet. There was a TED Talk about fail grades versus pass grades, and they made an interesting tweak on the verbiage that I kind of liked. It's not yet instead of fail, kind of showing to the student, sometimes we goof, sometimes we don't put in the effort, sometimes we didn't spend the time, so it's not yet. Giving the opportunity of down the road, hey, you can still do this, it's not a finality. Because I think in the West anyway, we've kind of created this fail mentality of it's something to be abhorred. To fail is to lose money, to lose business, to lose all these things. But if we're not failing, we're not growing, because you never succeed 100% on the first try, unless you're just lucky. And sometimes it happens, but as a rule of thumb, it takes time to tweak and all these things to be able to get to that success point. Sometimes we don't even know how to get there, so we have to figure it out along the way. there was an interesting analogy from the NASA perspective. The Apollo missions where we went to the moon, you don't just make the calculation once and boom, you're at the moon. You're making the calculation thousands of times per minute because you're always failing, so you have to keep course correcting because the moon is a moving target, and every time there's a variable that isn't accounted for, you have to readjust. So that's kind of where that growth mindset really comes in. And it's not just for kids, it's for adults too. We so easily forget about how important our verbiage is and how important it is to focus our energy on the right things and find those little golden nuggets in every opportunity or every situation, because every situation has an opportunity of growth. Not to say we should ignore the hardships, because it is something we need to acknowledge, but we're instead of focusing on all the negative things, focus on how it can be beneficial. Hope this helped you today. If you need help with your mindset, let me know. Love to work with you. Otherwise, have a beautiful day.